Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're gonna get this thing going, man. Some stuff just popped up on me, and usually I if it's something light, I usually don't do anything, but I thought this was kind of important. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this at y'all real fast. You dig? And you can move as you feel. You understand? You can move as you feel. All right, let me edit a couple of these things real fast, and we in. What's good? What's good? What's good? Marvell, what's happening? Jason, what's good? What's good, family? Y'all know what it is, man. Share it up, like it up, so the right people can hear it, and we gonna dive in. Sky, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on? What's going on? A little pop up right quick. A little pop up. Something light, not too much. Well, actually, it is. It is a lot, but hopefully, y'all take heed to what's going on here. You dig? All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? How we doing? How we doing, family? All right, we're gonna get this thing crack-a-lacking. And it's on. Brother Sid, what's happening, boy? What's going on with you? All right, make sure we good. Make sure we good. All right. What's going on? What's going on? We got it all set up here. All right. Mommy Lane, how you doing? How you doing? Let me shoot this thing out really fast, family. And it's on. And it's on. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Rhonda, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How we doing? How we doing? Yo, what's good, brother? What's happening? What's happening, nephew? How you doing, man? Adrian, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's going on? Y'all know what it is. Share it up, like it up, and all that good stuff, family. Share it up, like it up, all that good stuff. And we gonna tap in. We gonna talk about some stuff real quick. All right. I realized what you was talking about with my words. That's why Yoda speak backwards. We'll talk about it then. That's fire. That's fire. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's why Yoda speak backwards. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good, man. Hold on, real quick, fam. And we to get it on and pop in. You dig? Yeah, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, mama? What's happening? All right. Chance, what's good, mama? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on with you? Y'all know what it is. We about to dive in. We about to dive in. And hurt some hearts. Hurt some feelings as usual. Hurt some feelings as usual. But not for long. Hopefully it hurts to rise. It hurts to rise. And that's what it is. So we gonna get this thing going here, family. All right. All right. Andrea, what's going on? How you doing? 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 All right. Let me see. One more time. And we on. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Was trying to click the comments on another video. I just all right. All right, fam, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Let's get into this, family. All right. All right, that's where we at. So now, of course, this is part one. Okay. Um, this is part one of this, and of course, we're going to go deeper, well, further as the months go on. Okay. We will go further as the months go on. But I'm here now, and this kind of been sitting on me a couple of days, family. Um, and I didn't know if I was going to do it or not. But we here, and we gonna get it going. All right. So now, let's talk about this, man. All right, let's pop up on the screen real fast. All right. Let's see. Jesus, what's up, mama? How we doing? So now, family, we get into how to free the divine heart, part one, like I said, right? So we're gonna dive into a few things, not too much, but let's get into it. Share it up, like it up, all that good stuff, family. You know what it is. All right, now here we go. All right, now this is humanity. All right, this is what humanity really looks like. Okay, all right. Many people might don't see it that way. All right, but this is what it looks like. This is humanity. Now, let me give you this, family. This is what you see based on the fact that your vision is heavily impaired. Okay, much of our vision is superiorly impaired. Okay, all right. Like I say, this is humanity. This is what it really looks like, and this is what you see. This is what you see, family. Okay? This is what your eyes see. Okay? This is what you see. All right? This is where your eyes are. All right? Let me give you that one more time here. Okay? All right? This is what it really is. Okay? This is what is actually enslaved inside of you. Okay, all right, but because your vision is impaired, this is what you see and believe. This is what you see and believe. This is what you see and believe. Now, this is what they see. Okay, this is what they see. All right, and this is the reason why they need you to believe this is real. This is how you do things. This is what life is. This is what life is all about. This is what life is all about. All right? Because they know that you're this. But they cannot have that. Okay? They cannot have that. So they need to keep these VR glasses on you. Okay? Now you must understand something here. You must understand something. When you were born, okay, what happened was you were inserted a needle, okay, or chemicals. All right. Now, in these chemicals were very highly sophisticated nanotech. Okay. And this nanotech knows what to attack. All right. Therefore, when you're born, you are born a sponge. This light entity, you understand? Okay, all right. But once they put these chemicals in you, all right, Then they give you milk. Okay. All right. And the mother, 9.9 times out of 10 is mentally ill. Okay. All right. So the first thing she do is, okay, or one of the first things she might do is start breastfeeding. Okay. Now understand, mama eating pork chops, Snickers, Fruit Loops, um, um, packs of noodles, everything. You understand? McDonald's, Burger King, and that is going into this light's being. Okay, so now that light being goes from, because of the ignorance that's all around, that light being goes from this, okay, born this way, to this. And this is what happened every time we're born here. We are born divine and we are enslaved by our parents, friends, loved ones, based on their ignorance. Okay, all right. Now, you need to know where you are currently in order to even think about freeing the heart. Okay, all right. Because a lot of times with us, our what we call an ego, it would make us believe we are somewhere based on what we do outside the house. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't matter what you do outside the house. Okay, it doesn't matter what you do outside the house. You're still enslaved. Okay, this was put in front of you so you can stay enslaved. Okay, this is what slavery looks like today. And don't take my word for it, keep living. And when you transition, you're really going to see it. So don't take my word for it. But this is enslavement today. This is enslavement today. This is what you think is, success is. Okay? All right? This is what you think success is. Okay? But like I said, this is what they see. All right? All right? Now, moving on. With the expansion of the heart, the participant becomes the observer. I'm going to say this again. With the expansion of the heart, the participant becomes the observer. So what am I saying here? Okay. The more the heart is freed, you no longer feel the need or the want to participate in things or desire, okay, to participate in things, Okay, it is stripped away from you the more your heart opens up. Okay, all right. So no, this is not congratulations. You will never see me putting congratulations on nobody's graduation. Not even close. Okay, it is what it is, because again, we talked about this, I don't know, a year ago or so. We already told you who put in place the system, okay, all right, for this even to happen. Okay, all right. And of course, they dangle bigger slaves in front of you to keep you morally fucked up, spiritually messed up, and everything else. So they dangle fools in front of you in order for you to become a better fool, a greater fool. Okay? It is what it is. All right? Now, like I said, with the expansion of the heart, the participant becomes the observer. Now, understand something here, family. I want you to get this. Okay? So, some people, may feel that when you start to get to these particular places, and understand something here. I'm not talking about no Instagram rant. when you have all these people on Instagram. No, I had to cut bitches off. I don't deal with bitches no more. They get on my nerves. You got to cut people off. All of this Instagram philosophy. Okay, this TikTok philosophy people be putting out here. Okay, so understand what I'm saying is not that. Okay? All right? All right, this is a separate situation. Okay? All right, you must understand that. Okay? All right? So now, I want you to get this. Okay? So, once you open up that or start to free that enslaved heart. Okay, all right. Like I said, what happens is you no longer want to do things. Okay, all right. It starts to fall off from you. You understand? Okay, all right. Like I got people, a couple brothers of mine say, bro, were you coming down, bro? Man, come hang out, come chill with us, and all of that. You know, a couple years ago or a year or so ago, you know, it probably would have been on. You know, shit, it probably would have been, you know, but the more this thing goes or the further it goes, the more I disconnect. And it's not that I don't like these people. It's not that I dislike this one or dislike that one. It's just the fact that, okay, the heart, the true you, the divine heart, does not include itself. Let me put this back up here. The divine heart don't agree with this. The divine heart don't agree with this. Okay? The divine heart don't agree with this because the divine heart is out of this realm. You understand? The divine heart understands that there's more and they don't exist in this realm. Okay, all right. So the reason why when these babies are born, okay, and you can find them, you know, y'all, I know many times y'all said, damn man, my baby quiet up in there. You know, damn man, my baby too quiet up in there. What's going on? Because that baby still have a little bit of divinity that eventually you're gonna destroy, okay, based on your ignorance and stupidity. Okay, but that baby still have a little leftover divinity, so that baby don't mind being alone. But it's only you, mother and father, it's only you, grandparents, friends and family, who teach your children that being alone is a bad thing. You teach them, oh, stop being selfish, share your toys with other people. This is what you do because you don't know any better, because this is what religion has taught you. Okay, this is what religion has taught you. All right, so you're not even understanding that your baby is laying in the crib having full conversations with their true self, and most likely looking into a whole different dimension while you watching asshole in hip hop or the Diddy trial or worrying about who slapped who yesterday, and you know, okay, so forth and so on. Okay, all right, but then you bring your stupidity to them, and we're here now. We are here at this point. Okay, all right. So now, let me give you more of the basis here, family. What is the heart? Okay, what is the heart? All right, this is actually your heart. Okay, this is actually your heart. All right. All right, now understand something. It's the light that is inside of the brain. Okay, and where does that light reside? That light reside inside of what we call the pineal gland. Now understand this, okay? Understand something here, okay? Now the pineal gland is basically the physical form of that light, okay? That's all the pineal gland is, okay? It's what's inside the pineal gland that changes things, okay? All right. This is why you're not taught ancient culture in school and things of this nature. That's why you're taught white folk in school, fake people who didn't exist, okay? Like Abraham Lincoln never existed, George Washington, all of these so-called super white folk, they never, that's why they teach you all of that, okay? So they don't have to give you any of the ancient cultures. I don't care what it is, okay? From the Hindu culture, the Ethiopian culture, of course, one and the same, the African culture. You understand? Okay, all right. Sumerian. I mean, I don't care what it is. You're gonna find the symbolism of what we call a third eye, and what I like to say the first eye. Okay, all right. That's why that's not held in your books in school. Okay, all right. It's a reason for that. You think you're living your best life when you are a monstrous slave. It is what it is. Now, like I said, that light is buried within the brain family. Now, how do you free it? Now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how do you free that light that's hiding within the brain. Okay. Now, first and foremost, let's understand this, right? So now we're taught that you only use about 10% of your brain, and the rest of your brain, okay, most quote unquote scientists say stuff like, we don't know its functionality. We are still searching and trying to research the other functions of the brain. Well, I'm telling you the other functions of the brain. Okay, you must understand something. It's only you, black man and woman, okay, all right, who understands, who can understand the higher functionality of the brain. Okay, I know a lot of you listen to the white dude. I mean, he's okay in what he do. Bashar, y'all familiar with Bashar? I think it's Bashar. Bashar. Y'all familiar with him? He all over the place, millions of views on all type of stuff, and he always channeling things and doing this and doing that. Okay, all right. And we have solid information? Sure, it is what it is. All right, but you must understand something. He don't have the skin to fit in. It's the reason why you are what you are. And I'm not talking about I need to wake up to be the African black man. I want to wake up to be the African black. No, man. Okay, all right. This is just your ticket. Okay. Okay. This is just your ticket. All right. All right. This is just your ticket. All right. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? This is simply your ticket for you to give, okay, all right, yourself, so you can go further. Okay, all right. Everybody don't have this, so they cannot go further. They can only dwell on the surface. Okay, so you already have the ticket. Many of you don't give a don't care nothing about it. Okay, all right, but you must understand something. If you are in the business of freeing the heart, okay, all right, you must understand this. You must understand these things. Okay, all right, all right. So now, let's get into it, right? So, like I said, Bashar can only go so far. All right, these scientists talk about they don't know the other functionality. Correct? Now, this is what it is here, family. Okay, now because certain, like I said before, things were put inside of you. okay, that enslaved the rest. Understand something. You were born with full functionality of your brain. You were born with that. Okay? You were born with that. All right? But it was taken away due to food, music, a lot of different things. Okay, took the supreme functionality away from you. Okay, all right. Now you think that it's a real thing. Now you worship the stuff. Okay, now you think it's a great thing when your team go out and fight and your team wins and your team do this and and a woman is rapping talking about you could eat her stuff and a dude rapping, man, bitch, she need to suck my da 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 with all this type of stuff and you liking it, you loving it. So now you are the slave that they taught you to be. Okay, now understand something here. This transition from a slave to a higher divine entity in this illusion is not easy. It is easy, but at the same time, many of you are terrified to do it. Okay, all right. Are you ready to let go of your terrible eating habits? Are you ready to completely turn off the radio? Okay, all right. Are you ready, okay, to understand that it's not happy time when your kids get A's in school? Okay, all right. Getting an A in class represent the best slave in the house, i.e. Sam Jackson on Django, okay, or Uncle Ruckus or somebody. That's what that represents. That's not a happy time. That's a terrible time. Okay, are you ready for this? Because you must understand, family, when you start to open up that heart, okay, you see the world for what it is. Or start to see the world for what it is. Okay, all right, and we're going to get to things that start to happen when your heart becomes free. Okay, things that start to happen to you when your heart becomes free. All right, but let's first talk about how getting into the process of the freeing. Okay, all right. Now I've talked about Maya. I've talked about these different cultures on the illusion and things of this nature. Been talking about that. Go watch the last 3-4 videos for all of that. Okay, all right. You should know that already. But okay, everything that you have ever been taught. Okay, let me do you one better, family. Let me do you one better. Okay. So imagine, family. Okay, all right. Imagine being a gold coin. Okay, the most rare, let's say the most rare coin or stone. Okay, imagine the most rare stone there is. Okay. If anybody gets their hand on this stone is worth trillions, billions. I mean, I don't know how far it can go. All right, but that's what that rare stone is. Okay, but what happened was over time, okay, people were putting dirt. Okay, all right, mud. Okay, not only did they put dirt and mud over this rare gem, okay, they built buildings on top of it. They started building stadiums on top of it. Okay, all right. In these buildings on top of that rare stone, okay, that can change everything in this so-called world. Okay, all right. They built stadiums on top of it, football stadiums, so you don't look underneath, so you can be on top cheering for your team. Okay, all right. The buildings they built on it. They put studios in there, so you can listen to your rappers talking about fuck this nigga and I'm gonna shoot this nigga. Okay, all right. They put all of this stuff on top of this gym that's buried beneath all of it. That's what happened to you. Okay, all right. They put restaurants on top of it. They put soul food joints on top of it. Okay, you can get your big pork chop and all of this type of stuff. You can get all of that. Okay, they built all of this stuff on top of this rare gem. Okay, they even told you family is a great thing. The most beautiful thing in the world is childbirth, which is not in no ancient text. Beautiful childbirth is taught in one place, religion. Getting married, that is not in no ancient text. It's only taught in one place, religion. Let me add a church on top that gym too. Okay, all right. A couple businesses. Okay, everything to make you look at that point and not look underneath. So now, family, if we're talking about the freeing of the heart here, okay, things have to be removed. Are you ready to not listen to your murder bang bang music? Are you ready to turn off your highly sexual, rap music from these women out here? Okay, are you ready to turn that off? Are you ready to switch your eating habits? Are you ready to stop praying to the universe? The universe is this. Are you ready to stop saying God got me? God gonna do this for me? Are you ready for that change? Because that's how you free your heart. Again, your heart does not agree with anything here. Okay, all right. Now, can you put on the act? Okay, and act like you're cool with a couple things here and there. Okay, now it's gonna come a time when that happens. Like myself. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but I may have a conversation with somebody knowing I don't care anything about this conversation, but to show some kind of care, with the person I'm communicating with, I don't mind having that conversation. But that's not all the time. Okay, sometimes I'll just rather not talk. Okay, all right. Like I said, family, your heart does not agree with your life. Your heart, your true heart, not this pump. It's not a heart, it's a pump. Okay, all right. Your heart does not agree with your life. Your heart don't care about your genes. Okay, all right. What rims you putting on your car, how many women you slept with. Your heart don't translate human. Your heart does not speak human. Okay, I already told you what human is. Okay, to be human is to be this. This is what human looks like. Okay, this is what slavery looks like. This is what slavery looks like. This is slavery. This is slavery. Okay, All right. So once again, before I go further, if we're talking about the freeing of the heart, all of the stuff that was piled upon that gem, that rare gem, the most perfect gem in existence, okay, that's priceless. Everything has been piled upon it. Are you ready to disconnect from all of it? I'm talking about your family as well. Now, understand something here, right? Like I said, this is not some Instagram philosophy that many of you share, and think, oh, that brother speaking, oh, that chick know what she talk. A bunch of idiots just spewing out stuff for clicks, so they can get a check from Instagram or TikTok. Okay, all right. So what I'm talking about is, okay, so I'm not just talking about denouncing your family. I'm talking about understanding, okay, that what's around you is not what you think. You were only taught that you're a mother. You were only taught that you're a father. Again, there are no ancient texts that talk about this. Only religion teaches mother, father. Okay, all right. Also, what else? What else is religion? All of these systems: voodoo, Ifa, Santeria. Okay, all of these. That's all religion. So that's why they still have that structure of family within that. Okay, but if you go further, okay, all right, and understand something. I know a lot of people who are in voodoo, Santeria, so forth and so on. They are slaves, man. They are slaves. They're not free. They only become free once they transition. And even then, okay, it's a toss-up. It's another conversation. But just want you to understand, man. Okay, are you ready to let go of all of these things that has been given to you? Are you ready for that? Okay, and again, like I said, I'm just not talking about cutting your family off like these internet philosophers like to tell you. I'm just simply saying the thought of it. Okay, all right. What does that look like? Okay, you know how y'all have a job or something like that. Kids do this a lot. You know how you'll have a job, okay, all right, but you probably probably started your own business or something like that on the side, and you just doing this job here, okay, just for time to go by, but you really got this lined up. Okay, it's kind of like children when children go to school. Okay, all right, they ready to race home and go play video games because they don't care what's going on over here. Okay, but they're just playing the role until they're able to get away from it. Okay, all right, that's what I'm saying here. No, you do not have children. No, you do not have a husband, wife, sister, brother, none of this. Okay, all right, but you're playing a role. Okay, all right, you're playing a role in a system that was put in place for a specific reason. And if you want to know that, go watch the last 2 or 3 videos. Okay, all right, so it's not about just get away from me, don't talk to me no more. Okay, it's understanding that this person, who gave birth to me, yes, this is my mother according to how slaves think in this this jail system we call reality. Okay, all right, but outside of this is none of that. Okay, all right. To a certain degree, Frankie Beverly said we are one. Okay, all right. Like I saw this I think Japanese cat when he was talking about how everyone, well, I kind of went further and checked out some more stuff from him when he said, everyone is just a drop of water in one ocean. Okay, all right. So if you understand it from that perspective, if everyone is a drop of water, then what make you think that water all of a sudden became mother or father or cousin? No, man. That's human slave shit, man. Okay, it's only one ocean. And if you're simply a drop, okay, when you drop in, you may be a mother here, but your last go around, you probably was the daughter of the daughter that you have currently. Okay, and she was the mother. Okay, but like I said, we'll get into that in a sec. Okay, all right. Now, like I said, family, it's things you must let go of. Okay, things you must let go of, but not alienate things. Okay, you must detach, but not disrespect. You understand? Okay, all right. I know family members, that's not what it is, but at the same time, I'm gonna be like, yo, cuz, what's good? Okay, but because I have been sitting in my truth for so long, that light that is inside, okay, that light that is inside has started to open itself up. Okay, all right. Therefore, I am able to move as a son or a friend of someone or a cousin of someone or brother of someone, friend of someone, okay, and still move around. All right. But internally, because that light has started to brighten inside, I am now disconnected from a lot of it. Okay. All right. So now when I tell people about death and people, oh man, Will, man, that's crazy. Nah, man. Will, maybe you gotta hurt when somebody died. You only hurt when somebody died when you're ignorant. When that light inside that brain starts to show itself, it cuts off the ignorance that was once upon you, given to you by religion. Okay? All right? Again, babies don't care anything about a funeral. It's parents that bring the baby to the funeral and starts the conditioning process. It starts the conditioning process. Okay? That's what starts at that point. You condition 6-month-old children to feel how you feel. You condition 1-year-olds to feel how you feel because you bring them to these funerals. Okay? All right? I want you to understand that here. I want you to get that, family. All right? So it's your fault that you're repeating a process of ignorance constantly. Okay? All right? I'm just saying, family. I'm just saying. So it's things that we must let go of in order to see things in a greater. Listen, okay? So for me, when people who I know transition, I'm more excited to have a conversation with them from the other side than I am here. Okay? All right? I'm happier. Check this out. I'm more excited to talk to them when they leave the body than having a conversation, a conversation right here on the phone. Okay, I'm just saying that divine heart does not do human. I'm just saying the divine heart does not do human. Just trying to tell you what it is. I'll get to all questions in the end. So make sure y'all remember. Make sure y'all remember those questions. Okay. All right. Now let's get into this, family. Let's get into this. Okay. So what happens, or how can you tell that you are doing the correct work? Because you must understand something here. Not everybody doing the correct work. Okay. All right. They have people who've been on that journey 15, 20 years, 25 years. Okay. All right. They still in the streets. They still want to hit the clubs. Okay. All right. All right. They're still out here wilding, doing all kind of crazy mess with an uncle on. Okay. All right. This bitch, this hoe, fuck her, fuck him. Okay. All right. But they spiritual. But you might see them with a head wrap on, walking around and prancing and shit. Or I ground with the earth. I hug the trees and the trees become me. All this old shit. Okay. All right. Now I see many of those people, but again, like I said, when that heart starts to free itself, okay, you no longer participate in the human. What happens is you start to see things in a greater picture, in a sense. Okay. All right. Things start to change. Things start to switch. Okay. Things start to switch. Okay. All right. So what do I mean by that? Just being an observer. Let's talk about that real quick. Okay. All right. So what happens is, what's that saying that the parents used to say back in the day? I was blind, but now I see, right? Okay, that grandma and them used to say years ago. Okay, this is what it is. All right. So now you are able to detect people. Now you are able to detect things, people in the 2-minute conversation, 5-minute conversation. You are able to realize what they are, how they move. It's just craziness. It's craziness when I have conversations. If I'm out and about, I'll have a conversation with someone. Okay, as soon as they start talking, if they say certain words, certain way, is that the heart switches and put you on a different quote unquote vibration. Okay, all right. And you can hear ignorance in people. You can hear the disruptive energy within people. Okay, you become different. Even these quote unquote speakers out here who teaching y'all stuff, who some of y'all think is masters and all of this. Okay, all right. When I hear some of these people, I'm like, and I don't say nothing. I go on about my day, but I can hear it. I can hear this person ain't he haven't went through it yet, or she hasn't went through it yet. Okay, all right, but they will. Okay, all right, all right. I put it like this, family. The more your heart becomes free, you can hear people's heart. You can hear the slave chains in their brain. And I ain't just telling you this shit for nothing, man. Okay? All right? If you just trying to be a nigga, okay, have sex with women and go, click off. Go be a nigga. This is for people who are ready to change or get out of this thing. Okay? This is not for you cats who just want to dress spiritual. Okay? All right? This is not you cats who want to look spiritual. Okay? This is not for you. Okay? All right? This is for the people understand that when you were born, you were put in a prison, and only through your heart that you can get out of this. You are not human. You are an ancient entity. Okay, all right. How you are in your dreams when you fly, because all of you have had a dream where you flew in your dreams. Okay, all of you have had this. Okay, all right, and that's the part of you that has to surface. Okay, you think that's by mistake that you flying in your dreams? You think that's just a dream? That's why the white boy taught you that. That's why the white boy taught you specifically in many movies. Or you had a bad dream, my dear, in these different movies. Oh, it wasn't real. A dream is not real. Okay? You must understand that. Those wings that came out of your back when you was in that dream and you was flying all over the place. Okay? All right? Those worlds you saw, and those flying vehicles and all of these magnificent things you saw when you was that is actually fucking reality. You have on a set of poisonous VR glasses that's making you believe that this is life. That's making you believe that this is life. This is life. This is life. This is life. They're making you believe that. Okay? All right? Okay? How dare you, being the God amongst gods, talking about, I graduated from school. I learned Shakespeare, some old filthy cracker that never existed. I learned that this white man freed the slaves, another filthy cracker that never existed. You are gods amongst gods, the highest of the high, and you sit your ass here as if you're nothing and don't want to open up because you're scared. And that's basically it. You're in fear of what's on the other side. Well, Will, if I let all this stuff go, okay, like you was talking about, if I let all this stuff go and I find that rare gem, that rare stone that's priceless, what would happen? Not only, okay, let's get into that. Let's get into that. Let's get into that. Not only will you be able to hear other people's hearts, and I'm not talking about beating. No, that's a pump. I'm talking about you'll be able to hear and see other people's hearts. Okay, all right. I'm talking about, and I don't like using this word over and over, but for this, we're going to get into it. You will start to get on this God vibration to where you are able to see through people. And I'm not talking about no magic shit, motherfuckers. Okay? I'm not talking about no David Copperfield and pick a card, any card. No, man. I'm talking about the true ascension inside of you. Okay? All right? All right? Listen, you will learn to see through people. You will learn to see their pain. You will learn to see, oh, damn, man, she was molested. You just know, oh, damn, he was molested. Oh, damn, man, he used to get beat, man. That's why he walking around now claiming he the realest nigga out here, because he used to get his ass beat when he was 6 and 7 years old. You start to see the pain in the heart. You start to see this. Sometimes you might want to feel like you want to turn it off. You see it so much. And again, I'm not talking about no empath, man. Okay, all right. Listen, that's a part of it. Okay, but again, I'm talking because there's many empaths who has not let nothing go. They're still niggas. Okay, you understand? All right. So I'm talking about getting to another place here, family. Okay, so that's one thing that's going to start happening. Okay, all right. Now, something else that's going to start happening is yourself is going to start to expose you to multiple worlds. You're going to go through it. Listen. 7, 8 years ago. 7, 8 years ago, I thought I knew something. Okay, all right. I saw a few different realities. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm thinking I'm him. Okay, I'm thinking I got shit down packed, nigga, I'm the God, nigga, and all this type. No. I had no clue of what was going to come. Based on the fact of opening myself up more. Because at that time I still thought family was real. Okay, I still thought this was real. I still thought, part of this place was actually a real thing. Okay, all right. All right. It was a lot of stuff that although I probably saw it on something that it was an illusion, but like I said, it has to stick. Okay, all right. It's kind of like that pot. Okay, all right. Yeah, y'all know that pot. Y'all cook the mac and cheese in or something like that. Okay, or something you cooked in that pot and you left it on the stove all night. You forgot to put it up, and you come back the next day or so, and next thing you know, the pot, shit in the pot didn't spoil because it's been sitting. That's what I'm talking about here. Okay, all right. So the more and more you denounce this realm and everything of it, okay, all right, what happens is the more you denounce, that light starts to brighten. Okay, but when you first wake up, that light is very, very small. So you still have nigga tendencies and things of this nature. Okay, all right. Okay, but when that light starts to brighten, that's when your true self can start to come in and show you more. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. It's things that I saw 8 years ago, 9 years ago, okay, that I wasn't ready for. Okay, all right. I'm having dreams where brothers I know here in this quote unquote reality, these niggas had on capes, man. They had on a little mask and shit, man. Different costumes like the Avengers. This is 2017, 16, something like that. And I'm seeing this type of stuff. And I'm like, yo, what is this, But they flying around and shit. They're telling me, yeah, man, we this, we that. We created that superhero stuff. That's actually us. They actually have stuff from us from the past. And not the past that you think. The past that you think is false. It never happened. So they telling me the past that I think 1600, 1500, slavery, Constantine further and further back, Julius Caesar and all of this type of stuff. Okay, all of the quote unquote history that they tell us about. Okay, all right. Dude told me then, like in 16, 17, none of that stuff happened. It's not real. This nigga got a cape on, everything, man. Okay, looking like Meteor Man or some shit. And I'm like, what the hell? But guess what, family? I wasn't ready. Because that light that I thought, it wasn't bright enough to receive. This is why when some of y'all hear me speak, okay, all right. Will ain't this, man. Will tripping, man. Will on some crazy shit. Will talking about emotions not real. Will talking about this. I hear it all the time. Will this, will that. What? 2-3 years later. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. I ain't know, man. I ain't know. I always get that. I've been getting that 10 years, man. I always get that. Oh man, F Will, man. Will don't know what he talking about. And da 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 da. 3 years later, what Will said or happened. I'm not beating on my chest. I'm just saying. Okay. There's a thing that happens inside of us. Okay, that we're at certain times we're not ready to accept. So now I'm telling these people, and they're thinking I'm tripping, and then years later they find out, okay, well shit, what he was saying, okay, sound like something, okay, understand something. That's the same thing I did when my people come to me and told me something spiritually. Okay, I'm in a dream seeing these niggas flying around. I'm like, man, y'all lying, man. That's fake, man. Like, what you mean? What you mean that history? I know history is a lie, but the Egyptians and all of that, and the Dogons, and and how they did this to us, and how the white man attacked Ethiopia, bro, that shit ain't happened, man. It took 16, early 17 to 2025 for that to register. And that's my last 3 or 4 videos. So I ain't just telling you something for nothing, man. I'm telling you some real ass shit here, that you literally have a light that expand, okay, with your release of this place. The more you release this place, okay, and disconnect from its ignorance, your light enhanced and you're able to listen thoroughly. So it took me 9 years, 8 years, 9 years to hear something I saw years ago, to actually understand it. Okay, all right. So I'm telling you, for some of y'all who can't register on what I'm saying right now, give it a minute. Don't be that person. Oh man, this nigga crazy. This nigga crazy. Don't be that person, because you're gonna see. You're gonna see. I'm just saying. Okay, so not only when you free or start the process of truly freeing your heart, and when that light brightens within that brain, not only you'll be able to see other people's, you'll be able to see and hear other people. They start showing you worlds. Like I said, back then, they didn't show me a world or two. I'm thinking I'm King Beef, like on Martin or some shit. I'm thinking I'm him. Man, listen, in 2025, I've probably been to about 30 different places. And I'm thinking 2 places was it. Okay? I'm talking about rounds where I'm taller, shorter. Okay? All right? I'm a woman, a man, I'm a creature. Okay? All type of stuff. Why? Because your frequency has to match the doorways of these places. Can you understand that? Your frequency has to match. Okay, it's like playing a video game. Okay, all right. You get to this one door on a video game, you can't open it. You got to go search the maps and stuff like that, and fight and kill the enemies and all that. Then you find the key, right? Because you'd have been through all of this shit. You understand? Okay, you'd have been through all of this stuff. Okay, now you get the key. Now you can open the door. Why? Because you done been through it and your frequency has got to a certain place. Now you can open that door. Okay, all right. Okay, so your frequency has to match these doors, man. Okay, so that's going to start to happen. Okay, all right, and not only will you enter these doors and go into these other quote unquote timelines, if you want to call it that. Okay, all right, what's going to happen to you? You are going to disconnect or start the process of disconnection from people here. And I'm not talking about like cutting them off. I'm simply talking about the authenticity of these people. Okay, I just talked to my own girl the other day. On my spirit sis. I don't think she on. She probably watch it later. But I'm talking to Isis. I'm talking to her. We having a conversation, right? Now, understand, I went to two different realms, and I saw her as a boy, and something for me, something similar to how she looked now. So I can't even look at her the same way no more, because she also exists there. So what happened is you become torn within these realities, and you become something different. And you must understand that's the sciences of the divine observer. The divine observer becomes something else. Okay, all right. You no longer function in seriousness here. You don't take nothing serious. I had a situation last week having a conversation with a dude, and he attitude crazy attitude. Brother asked me, "Hey, damn man, Will, you ain't go off on him like these particular people? Not like that. Okay, all right. These just regular cats. I mean, work with or whatever. But dude, attitude, tripping on the phone, whatever. Damn man, you ain't curse his ass out. I can't even find the strength to take it serious. Okay, because I know I'm speaking to a slave. Okay, what the hell? What the hell do it look like? You are that bald eagle, right? You are that bald eagle. Okay, you sitting up here on this mountaintop. Okay, you got these pigeons flying around talking about they trying to home you, and you looking at them like, man, if you don't sit down somewhere, you're not even worrying about it. Okay, all right. I couldn't even muster up the energy to say, man, fuck you, man, get the fuck off my phone. I couldn't even do it. Years ago, yeah, he probably would have got it. But now I can't even do it. Why? Because I know ultimately this cat not even real. Okay, all right. This is just a facade that I'm on the phone. It's not. You become something different, man. Okay, you become something different. It just don't sit well no more. Okay, so if you still can muster up the energy to say fuck that nigga, fuck that bitch, fuck that boy, I get that iron on you, we're not in the same ballpark, family. You have work to do. And this is the reason why. Go watch the movie Blue Beetle. I may get into that some, whenever. Blue Beetle came out in the Marvel movie. I think Marvel or DC, one of them came out. DC, I think. Came out when this was. I don't know, 3-4 years back, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Blue Beetle, okay, where this it was a dung beetle, okay, it was a dung beetle, okay, in Kemet, in Kemet they call the dung beetle, the dung beetle is a symbol of alchemy, okay. something old, making it new. Okay, all right, and it got different breakdowns on it. But it said that the dung beetle, okay, roll around in animal feces and turn it into fertilizer for things to grow and stuff like that. Okay, so that's why you get the beetle on a lot of Egyptian jewelry and things of this nature. The beetle is all over the walls and everything because the beetle represents a newness, a growth, and things of that nature, right? So I want to give you a little bit. Now, this particular beetle that's inside of this guy, okay, all right, this beetle is inside of him is the highest, most powerful, sophisticated tech there is, right? But it's in the shape of this beetle. But I understand what it means, right? So the scarab, bingo. Appreciate you, brother Mo. What's going on? What's going on with your brother Mo? Jazz, what's happening? What's happening? I think I saw brother Steve on it too. So what's going on is, okay, is the fact that, just like I'm telling you, okay, I can't get upset with people. Okay, all right, I feel out of place trying to get tough and rough with somebody. Okay, it feels foreign to me now. Okay, all right, now I'm gonna take it back to Blue Beetle. Okay, so now once this beetle, okay, took over this guy because he had a divine heart, the beetle took over him. Every time something attacked the guy, the beetle would use parts of him. You understand? Okay, all right, and he would deflect everything. He would kick everybody's ass, and he's sitting up there like, "How the hell did I do that?" Okay, but it was his divine self that kept everything away from him. Okay, I can't go nowhere and start no goddamn fight with nobody, even if I wanted to. Okay, I tell somebody, yeah, nigga, meet me up the street 12 o'clock. I might get up there. That nigga might be then gone and got on the plane or something. Forgot all about it. Okay, why? Because you leave the slavery mindset. It leaves you. The so-called confrontation, and that's human. Okay, you become something else, your family. I'm telling you. Okay, if you're not ready for this, okay, go listen to this bullshit hip-hop. Go watch your little shooting bang movies and this, that, and the other. Okay, go be human. Because the opening of the heart is not human. Okay? All right? I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. It's not that, bro. Okay? All right? you literally become a child, pretty much. You just don't affiliate with things no more. Okay, all right, you want to hit the club? Nah, I'm all right. Like, people have to get up, come on, man, get out the house. That's how it is now, man. Sometimes I got some OGs out here, man. Brother Mo, the gang, they'll hit me, hey, man, what's happening, and now I go sit down with them, and we'll just, how Bobby used to say, kick around some knowledge, but they have a certain frequency when I'm with, my brother Mo in the gang. It is a certain frequency, so I'm cool. I'm all right. I can be me. I can be this open heart. Okay, all right. But I'm telling you, man, you can put your questions back in here, family. I know somebody put a question in here earlier, so put it back in here. But I'm just saying, family. Okay, these are the steps that you go through to free your heart. Okay, all right. And if you still want to be human, all right, this is not what this is, man. Okay, all right, because this place is not that. Humanity is not real, man. Humanity is slavery. You are not who you think you are. And if you simply go through the process of unlocking your quote unquote divine heart, You'll see, man. You'll see, man. It's not what you think. Not even close. Okay. All right. All right. You're gonna stop calling yourself these names. Okay. All right. You're gonna stop. You're gonna stop. I'm not saying associating yourself with quote unquote, spiritual people and stuff like that, but it's certain things that you just not going to want to be a part of. Especially a lot of these people out here. I'm in Atlanta, man, so they be having a lot of events. People call me, "Hey, Will, man, come over here, man." Nah, man, because y'all not what this is. I only hang out with with 3 or 4 cats, man. Okay, all right, and that's because all of them on the frequency. Other than that, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, because I'm not about to have a black conversation with you. Oh man, a black man gotta wake up to the white man, man. A black man gotta conquer the white man, bro. And man, we gotta come together. I don't want to have that conversation because honestly, I don't care about you, man. Okay, all right, my nigga, like, and I don't want to hit nobody like that, but not that I don't care about him. It's just that I don't want to deal with that, man. Okay, I don't even want that energy around me. Okay, all right, man. Will, man, look what they did that black man in California. You heard about that? I don't care. Man, Will, man, you heard about what they did to that black woman? You saw what them cops did that black woman? I don't care. Damn, bro, damn. You gotta go where I go, and then you won't care either. Okay, and I'm simply, and this is not no Will Copprue thing. Let's get that right. Okay, I simply look at the information. Okay, I take the information for what it is, and I challenge the information. Okay, all right. So the information, all these ancient texts and all of this, it say you are this divine entity on these walls all over the world. You are a divine being in different languages, right? So I challenge it. I'm like, okay, well, let's see. How can I find out? Okay, well, there are steps. This, and this. Okay, well, let me see. Let me see if all of these ancient hieroglyphs is right. So I simply did what the stuff said. Okay, all right. When I found out this is not some sexual symbol, niggas. This is not some sexual symbol, or this is the phallus of the man and the vagina. Okay, when I'm told that this is you, when that light come on, okay, you are a much higher entity. I'm like, okay, how can I find out? That's me, family. That's me. I'm trying to find out. Okay, and because I was trying to find out, okay, I found out. You dig? Because I was trying to find out, I found out. And the rest is history. Okay? All right? All right, and understand something. Once you get to that point, okay, it's going to sound real similar to that 7-year-old or that 6-year-old. Okay? That sit down, and I don't know how they are now because parents are mentally ill, so their children are mentally ill. But at one time, 6 and 7-year-olds used to sit next to you and be like, you'll tell them something about a cartoon, or something like that you're watching. Hey, the lion did this, on this. Why? Well, because of this and that. Why? And by the time they finish saying why, Okay, y'all about 45 minutes into a conversation, and all the baby been saying is why. That right there, that energy, family. Okay, all right, that's a part of you. Okay, so that stuff starts to resurface when you become you could say a deep researcher of this information. Okay, and a doer of the information. Many people are not doers of the information. They just like to show you. They just like to put on a costume and make you think they're somebody. Okay, all right. So again, this is not Will Copprue. This is a brother, okay, who wanted to find out the information from all over the world, and I researched it. I kept going, and now I'm here. And that's how I'm able to say what I'm saying right now. Okay, that's how I found out that people are poisoned. The school system is this and that and that and that and all the stuff that I've been talking about over the years. Okay, all right. You know, at one time there was no sickness. Every single sickness came from man. So you can't catch cancer. You can't catch AIDS. Okay, it's nothing to catch like a football or something. Okay, no, you give yourself cancer. You give yourself AIDS. You give yourself diabetes. You give yourself these things based on how you think. You give yourself this stuff. You don't catch it as if it's something, as if it's something that's flying in the air and it just drop on you one day. Oh Lord, why hast thou forsaken me? No. Okay, all right. So now, like I say, family, let me get to these questions. Again, don't take me as the one telling you this. Okay, all right. Do the research and you'll find out what's going on. Do the research and you'll find out what's going on. Okay, all right. Every goddamn movie is set up to follow a certain script on these walls. Avengers, that movie comes from information from these walls. The Temple of Angkor Wat, all those temples in this so-called fake Egypt. Okay, the temples that are here under Atlanta, all over the place, the so-called mounds, the Grand Canyon, all of these writings. Okay, all right, that's what it is. All the stuff that you wasn't privy to in school. That's why I say stop following motherfuckers, man. Okay, nigga, I'm not your teacher, your sensei, and all of this stuff. Do your own research. Okay, you worship only self. That's it. You don't look up to no nigga. Okay, that's one of the worst things you can do. That's why so many of y'all suffer following Nature Boy and all of these people. Want to go to places with them, want to travel with them, and all of this, and they mess over all y'all because y'all wasn't taught the right stuff. Especially the damn black woman. It's fucking horrible the way the black woman is, man. It is what it is, man. You know, like, and I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it gets to me, but I just let it go. You know, but I'm just so tired of seeing the black woman trying to look apart. Okay, all right. The first one to say go outside and hug a tree and walk barefooted in the grass and with the proper looking spiritual hair and the clothing and the natural this and natural that. and yet and still has no knowledge whatsoever fucking ever. Feel like once you stand in the grass, you got all the information you need. But yet and still your life is miserable. Yet and still you're looking for a man and you're doing all of this shit. Okay, when the whole time, okay, all right, there's teachings that talk about the highest energy in existence is the damn female. In the Gnostic text, they talk about that. Okay, the highest level of existence is the female, not no fucking grass outside. Okay, all right, man, y'all gotta do better, bro. Okay, all right, y'all can really be the highest of the high, but yet and still, man, you just ignore yourself. If it's something tough, if it get hard, you don't want no parts of it. I'm gonna go get in the sun. It's not real. Ain't nothing happening to you. It's false. Nothing real about that bullshit up there. Okay, all right, come on, man. Foolishness, man. King Ali, what's up, boy? So when we die in this reality, can we interact with our other selves in other realities? Somewhat. Because you got to understand, right? Those other realities and those other yous have a higher self. Okay, all right? Understand something. You're not even real. So how are you? Think about that. How are you going to communicate with somebody after transitioning? Will Copprue not real? This is a body that light I showed y'all. That light. Okay, that is the real you. That is the real you. That light make that body go. So once you drop, that body leaves. So it's really not no interaction because you're not even real. The light is. You understand? You see what I'm talking about? Okay, it's the light, family, not you. It's the light. It's the light. It's the light. Okay, that's the only thing that is real. Okay, and the light is making this move. The light is doing this. Okay, all right, making that pump and the blood and moving and up. That's the light doing that. You're not real, family. That's why when you quote unquote transition, this goes into the ground or wherever it goes, depending on who around. Okay. All right. So think about that. Think about that. Now, that light can turn into whatever, right? That light is a shapeshifter. Can you dig it? That light is a shapeshifter, so it can turn back into that body. Like when you see people in your dreams and all of that, that ain't nothing but light that turns themselves into something. I forgot what Harry Potter this was, man. But there was a part where Harry Potter, his class had to I think it was like some kind of chess or something. Okay, all right. And it was a certain being that they were learning how to destroy. But this being can take shape of anything. Okay, but it started off as a black entity. Okay, but then it would just shift. Okay, so that's what that light is, family. That light is a shapeshifter. So when you're in your dreams, that's nothing but light shifting into certain things to show you your dreams, to show you things that you can do or things that is happening and so forth and so on. That's what that is. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna say this. Once you leave this thing, you can see the timelines, kind of like the TVA. Okay, kind of like the TVA on Loki. All right, on Loki the series. So the TVA can see every single timeline because you are off the grid now. Okay, all right, you are away from it all, and that's the thing too about opening your heart. Okay, all right, the more you open that heart up, you can see this stuff. You can see that the person standing in front of you, okay, all right, is multiple. Like I said before, like my man, on their brother of mine died a couple weeks ago. You understand? Okay, all right, and I was doing a video about the timelines. I think it was the last video I did. Okay, and after I did that video, that night I go to sleep. Okay, that night I go to sleep. He pop up on me with like 12, 13 of him from different timelines. He was just showing me that he really never died. Okay, but he still exists everywhere. Okay, all right, in multiple places. That's what he was showing me, that I'm on to something when I'm talking about this. Okay, all right. He was just letting me know that I'm on track. All right. Okay, so all right. One day I woke up and felt like I just came into my body, like I was coming into a doll, or yeah. I was looking like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you are simply light, and this is a costume, and you put it on. You put it on like a jacket. Okay. Why do I keep having more and more random dreams? Me and my brother's dreams getting more vivid, um, kind of new to the real information. Okay, that's the reason. You answered your own question in your question, King Ali. That's why you dreamed, because you doing whatever you doing, keep doing it. And I know you listened to me a couple times. Okay, all right. So whatever else you're doing besides listening to me is working. So keep going. But you answered your own question because you're dealing with real information. And again, not just myself, but whatever else you're doing. Okay, keep going, man. You're doing a good job. Okay, so get ready, nigga. Get ready for some wings or some shit. Motherfucker might take off. Wings might pop out your back, nigga. Superhero face ass, nigga. Boy, I'm telling you. What are we saying if this isn't real to begin with? Like I said, you need to go watch all of those videos that I put. You got to watch those videos. You got to watch those videos to get the information. Because me trying to explain that, Queen J, that's me crazy. For me to explain that, that's a lot. So go watch the videos. When you watch the videos, you'll see what happened, because I broke it down in a 4.5-hour video. I broke that down. I broke it down on why we here, why this even came into being, what happened, different things like that. Okay, check that out. When you check it out, then we'll get into it. What's good, Rob? What's happening? Shell, what's good, man? What's going on? I still got a lot of work to do. I kind of hit a wall. Stop and you make me sick. Shell, what's going on? Shell, what's happening with you, mama? What's going on? Yeah. Just keep going. Ali, keep going, family. Keep going. It's only going to intensify. The only way it stop is if you stop, or it's too much. So what do I mean by too much? Sometimes yourself can give you some stuff. Sometimes they may give you a little bit, because they they know that you're really not ready for the whole shebang. Okay, all right, all right. So a lot of people still are fearful. We still have that fear inside of us, that keeps us from going to certain places. Like I told a story about when I did the 4-hour video. I talked about, okay, the great leader. I'm gonna get to that. I'm glad you put that back in there. Um, so like I talked about in a video, I explained I was asleep, and next thing you know, when I'm in the bed sleeping good, motherfucker come snatch my pillow. Like I sleep in the dark, so they snatch my pillow. They doing all this. They grabbing the sheets. They doing all type of shit to me. Okay, all right, and I ain't talking about no humans, because I'm in a room by myself. Okay, all right. And it was proving a point to me as well, because I was thinking about it in my head beforehand. I was like, I wonder, do I still have some fear in me? Do I have some leftover fear? And so they were proving a point. Okay, now I still have maybe an inch or two, but not much, not enough to have me in a corner. Oh no, I'm terrified. All I did was, when they went to snatching me up and I woke up out of that after they finished messing with me, what I said, man, can y'all just leave me alone, man? I'm tired, man. Damn, man. Can y'all just let me sleep, please? Then I went to sleep. Okay, all right. So what happens is, with a lot of us, the fear in connecting with your divine selves scares the hell out of you, because you have been beaten ahead with slavery, which is this world. Okay, so you're not ready to make that next step. The other day, I was playing PlayStation, right? I fell asleep. I fell asleep like this. I fell asleep like that with the headset. I'm sleeping good, right? Somebody plucked me, pluck, 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 pluck on the side of the thing, plucked it. Kept plucking on the side of the thing, right? And then I hopped up. I'm like, damn, y'all could have woken nigga up a different way. So that was just, again, that was myself waking me up. Get your ass in the bed, nigga, go to sleep. So like I said, family, once that door opens, are you ready for that? Okay, all right, because been doing this thing for quite some time, man. Been doing this thing for quite some time. Okay, to where I'm always in communication. Always. Okay, all right. And again, based on a fact, like I keep telling you, I'm just a messenger. Okay, all right, because I too studied what's on those walls, studied the glyphs and all of this information, all these ancient texts, okay, that talked about, okay, there is no evil outside of this. So all of the bullshit that they tell you, okay, the demons and the monsters, all of that's religion, man. That's why they have to keep a good horror movie in your face. Okay, all right, they have to keep a good Final Destination, people dying, being slaughtered. They have to keep putting that in your face. Okay, all right, so the fear can stay present, and you can't listen to somebody like myself. Okay, all right, and the only way you get out of this thing is when you die. By that time, you didn't fuck clean over your children and not everything else. Okay, all right, so all you people who like horror movies, stop it. And if you're on a journey specifically, I don't care about your other bozos, but if you're on a journey specifically, you destroying yourself every time you watch a horror movie. Literally, you destroying yourself. Okay, all right. So A lot of people fear the unknown, and that's the thing too, Heavenly. And peace to you. What's going on, Mama? It's not unknown. We just think it's unknown because our knowledge don't go no further than the church. So it's not unknown. This family is the spirit world. This, the so-called spirit world, because it's not real. Okay, this is the world. That's the real world. So it's not unknown. Okay. Once you understand the blackness, the darkness, we holler melanin all goddamn day long. We think it's just skin. No, that's the inception of everything. It's not unknown. We just lack knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So once you accept yourself as the great darkness, like I talked about before, once you accept yourself as the great darkness, okay, all right. Once you accept yourself as this, there's nothing to fear. That's why the old saying is what it is. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Demons is not real. None of this stuff is real. It is all a lie, family. Okay? I'm just letting you know. I know these people done told you this. They done told you that. Okay? But listen, I've been saying demons not real for 10 years. Okay? All right? And you mean to tell me 365 days a week, I've yet to have a demon come tell me anything and tell me that I'm lying? Why is that? If demons or the devil is so real, how come they haven't stepped to me yet and been like, "We'll stop telling the people we ain't real"? Okay, again, man, I'm just a messenger. Okay, all right, I'm telling you what the hell it is. Okay, monsters and goblins and all of this. Come on, man. All right, they have to make that stuff. They have to constantly make that stuff. They have to constantly make that stuff, man. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me get back to this question here. What's your thoughts on having compassion? Compassion comes with intelligence. And this is the great leader right here. What's your thoughts on having compassion? Compassion comes with intelligence, spiritual intelligence. So what does that mean? Okay, let's talk about it. So now, if somebody come tell me, Will, man, some regular cat, maybe I work with him or something. Man, my son got beat by some cops, man. It's crazy, man. Would I have compassion for that? Hell no. I don't give a fuck. But would I act as though I do? Sure. Because the understanding is a greater picture. The higher frequency you are, you won't even deal with it. It won't even be a thing. Okay, you won't have cops attacking you. You won't try the Moorish thing. That's why most of your quote unquote Moors always get messed over by cops. Okay, all right, because they lack so much spiritual intelligence. It's crazy. Okay, all right. That information can only get you so far. You're trying to be a sovereign citizen of a world that don't exist. Man, boy. Whew. It's like they're trying to worship Jesus again. A motherfucker that don't even exist. I'm talking about I love him. Like man. Okay, all right. So you don't even have those things no more. Yeah, you may get pulled over by a cop or something like that. Okay, sometime yourself might intertwine, and next thing you know, the cop might say, "Okay, wrong person, go on." You know, it could be anything, man. Okay, all right. But as far as the cop pulling the gun on you, you don't care like that anymore. Okay, cop tell you something. Oh, hey, man, what's going on, man? Because you don't care for the ruckus no more. You don't care for that. You don't care to what you pulled me over for. I wasn't, man. I don't care. I don't care to be up in arms. Okay, all right. He's not even real. The officer not even real. Okay, to get back to that. So that part of it, man, Will, man, the KKK showed up in Nashville, man, and hung some black people. I wonder what I'm eating tonight. I don't need no goddamn wings, bro. I don't need to eat that poison. But goddamn, that lemon pepper on my. So I don't have no compassion for none of that human stuff, bro. None. Okay. Now this is where the compassion come in at. You just asked me a question about that, and I'm giving you an answer. That's the compassion. Okay. All right. I'm sitting down with some of my big bros out here in Atlanta. Okay, all right, and we discussing information. Okay, and one brother might have a question or might be confused on something. I have enough compassion to talk and get a question and answer a question, or vice versa. So I have compassion for other frequencies around me. I have compassion for that. I don't have compassion for slavery. Does that make sense? That's where I'm at with it. I don't have compassion for slaves. Well, man, that's messed up, man. Old boy got killed, man. What? Damn. What? That's crazy. I wonder what I'm doing tomorrow. Let me turn my PlayStation on. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Okay, that's where most of you will be with that. Okay, it is what it is. How does the concept of time work if the other realities are in different timelines did the same thing? Time. Okay, and I talked about this many years ago. Okay, the Bhagavad Gita. I mean that's the Gita. That's one there's many Gitas. But if you want to check them all out, Andrew Marshall, check them all out. But the concept of time, understand this, okay? There is no time. I know you hear people like Silly Billy Cost and all the rest of these cats tell you about time. Time and space is everything. Time and space. And listen, man, time is only real to slaves, bro. And yes, at times, okay, when I go to work and be go trucking, chilling, shifting that big rig and all that kind of stuff, I deal with time, and that's when I'm in my slave form. But that's the only time it exists, man. That's the only time exists. Let me make it plain. Let's say two brothers working at the same factory. Okay, all right. Both of them working on an assembly line. The machine going down, and they just putting the stuff on the machine as they go by. One brother has headphones in. One brother got the things in. He got his music playing, and he jamming while he at work. Both of them clock in. Both of them clock in at work at 7:15, right? 7:00, 7:15. Both of them clock in. Okay, so he jamming, right? He chilling. The other brother, he not listening to nothing. The other brother just working. Okay, all right. So now the brother who don't have nothing going on, who's not jamming, he started looking at the clock. Damn, man, that time, man. God damn, I felt like I've been working for an hour, man. Damn, it's only been 30 minutes. Man, that time going by slow. But yet and still, his brother, he jamming. He listening to his sounds. He chilling. They got to tap him on his shoulder. Hey, it's lunchtime. Damn, already? We just got here. That's crazy. Time don't exist. When you're in a higher frequency, when certain music has brought you to a higher place, okay, all right, time don't exist. So you got two brothers standing side by side, one with nothing but work, the other with music, okay, all right, that has took his whole mind away, all right. Time didn't exist. They had to tell him that it was lunchtime. This one here felt like lunchtime took all goddamn day. Man, that was the longest. Man, that shit crazy was so long. The other one, like, what you mean it was long? Shit, we just got here. Okay, children, for example. All right, children, for example. I remember back in the day, not back in the day, about 5 years ago or so. No, about 4 years ago. Myself, my big sis, okay, my great niece, she was about 7 at that time, something like that. Okay, we go out, chill out with some family. We get there about 1 o'clock or so. Okay, she start running around with the other kids. Okay, about 9:30, we about to go. We grab her. She mad. We just got here. We just got here. So we've been there 9 hours, 8 hours. But to her, we just got there because her frequency is somewhere else. Time does not exist when you're on a certain frequency. You ever went to a club? Okay, all right, or even having sex real good. Okay, y'all getting at it. Y'all feeling it. Y'all start having sex about midnight, something like that. Y'all getting it popping. Next thing you know, okay, all right, y'all finally done. Y'all roll over. It's 3 a.m. You're like, God damn, where the time went? You was in a different energy. You understand? Time did not exist. Okay, I'm gonna show you another way time don't exist. Okay, you ever went to sleep? You ever went to sleep for about 9 hours? Say you got to get up at 7 in the morning. Okay, all right, you went to sleep at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you slept all that time, and you get up, and you like, damn, I just went to sleep, and it's daylight already. You like, what the hell happened? It was almost as if nothing existed, because it don't exist, man. It don't exist. It's not real. Time exists to slaves only. I'm just saying. Hopefully y'all able to get that. Hopefully y'all able to get that. Hopefully y'all able to get that. Sorry, God, what's happening? What's happening, family? Hold on, let me get to some more of these questions. Draco Naga, could you go into the difference between the angels and demons in the what is that? Latabot or something like that. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I don't know, because I try to give it a shot. The God of the Bible worked with to create Adam and his body according to the Gnostics, and the angels and demons. Okay, so for that, family, go check out the second to last video that I did. The last two videos. I'm sorry. Go into the last two videos. I got a thorough breakdown on all of that. The God of the Bible, the creation of Adam and Eve. I go into all of that. So and it's long. Like I say, one is 4.5 hours, and then the more recent one, I don't know, 2 hours, something like that. So check that out, and you'll get your answer. And if you got any questions, hit me up, man. You can always inbox me. Instagram, Facebook, I'm the same everywhere. Will Copprue on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And we'll chop it up, man. I'm not hard to find, fam. Just get with me. Yeah. So let me get to the next. Okay. King Ali. When do you think the system gonna fall into higher Energies have to intervene. Like you said, the artist seen tall black beings outside the bus, and they said that soon. Okay, so now the system is never going to fall. The system is not going to fall. The system, check this out, family, the system is yourself. You, us, we're the reason the system exists. Okay? You're the reason the system exists. You're the reason that the White House still exists. You're the reason that sports, still controlling people and got people thinking that their life revolve around a nigga with a football, okay, or a nigga with a basketball, so forth and so on. You're the system, okay. What does that mean? What does that look like? That you're the system? What you saying, Will? What you saying? You decide to go to McDonald's and keep it running. That's your fault. You decide to go to Burger King and keep it running. That's your fault. You pay all that money to go to them damn sports events. That's your fault. Okay? You went your ass out there and try to vote for a president. That's your fault. Okay? All right? You keep these institutions alive by, oh Lord, that's great that I'm going to this university. That's your fault. Your fault. Your fault. It's all on us. Okay? All right? Okay, so that's what it is, family. You're the system. What if 1 year nobody voted? Nobody. The system would fall. The system would go crazy. What if for a year straight nobody ate at McDonald's, Burger King, no fast food joint? There would be no fast food joint. What if nobody decided to go to school? There would be no schools. You understand what I'm saying? It's your fault. All you. You are the virus that's keeping the system alive, family. Okay? All right? You're the virus that's keeping the system alive. Because if you backed away from it, the system would go kaput. You know. Aaron Neal, man, you gotta be serious, man. You ain't serious, man. You ain't serious, man. Come on, man. Cut it out, man. You ain't serious, man. Nigga been trying to get at your ass for years, man. You ain't serious, man. Get out of here, man. It's all love to family, but your ass ain't serious, nigga. You know your ass ain't serious, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Hopefully you was able to get that, Ali. Hopefully you was able to get that. That the system only exists because of us. Okay? All right? Okay, Gaia, Earth Goddess. What's happening? Peace. What's going on with you, mama? Okay, I'm a homeowner, but I deeply regret it. Why own a house in a simulated world? I'm going to either walk away from it or sell it very soon. I'm over this earth stuff. Well, I tell you what. Okay, let me give you this. So, if you are in a situation to where that is constantly in your mind, so what do I mean by that? What do I mean by constantly being in your mind? What I'm saying is, if you wake up every day or you going to work or whatever the case is, and the house always come up, damn, I got to do this with the house. God damn, man. Damn, I gotta put new paint on the thing. If the house is always in the back of your head, let it go. Okay, but if everything's straight with the house and the shit paid for and you ain't gotta keep worrying about it and stuff like that, then yeah, you could kind of hold on to it. Okay, but if it's something that's interfering with your growth, okay, get from up under it, man. Get from up under it. Okay? All right. You must understand something. We must understand something here. Okay? All right. That's a part of the game, man. A part of the game is to enslave us, to make us believe we got to get this, we got to get that. This us. Look what I got today, y'all. Look what I got, man. You became a slave. Okay, they dangle them keys. Look what I got. Now you just become a slave, man. Okay, all right. Because as long as the banks exist, as long as this system move how it move, you never own that shit. Okay, all right. Them people will create a loophole in information because they're liars. That's what they do. Okay, you must understand something. Okay, we're in a prison reality. Okay, so these people will type up some bullshit and create it right there on the spot. Okay, God ain't here. Jesus not here, bro. Okay, you can only save yourself. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, so sometimes the best thing to do is let that shit go. Okay, find you something else, something that's quote unquote, something to where you don't have to fuss. Something. Listen, man. Okay, it's a reason why there's many multi-millionaires who have high-rise apartments. Okay, that they don't clean up. Maintenance people come take care of all that. So they'll get an apartment, but a lot of them don't even get a house, bro. Okay, because they know that they have to take care of it. They have to be the one unless they get maids and all of that kind of stuff. But them dudes be getting apartments and everything. And I know a few of them out here in Atlanta. Okay, all right. They refuse to get a house because they ain't got time to keep paying people to come to the house, to clean the house, and maintenance the house every month. Okay, that's a whole nother $2,000, $3,000 bill on the house and all this type of shit here. Okay, these motherfuckers talking about, okay, all right, I get this goddamn nice ass apartment, call down the front desk, hey, have the people come clean me up. We'll do bang, bang, bang. I'm about to go out of town. Man, it is what it is. I refuse to do it, family. I refuse. I refuse to lock in or play a part of this system to look a certain way for the world. Okay, unless I can get something and it's totally paid for. I didn't set it up to where it don't even exist. Kind of like myself. Okay, all right. I get into that another time when it comes to, my finances and things of that nature. I try to stay out of everything. Like my father told me, nigga, you've been off the grid for the last 11 years, nigga. Goddamn. It is what it is, But if that's what you feel like you got to do, man, let that shit go. Okay? So you can start to get peace of mind. Okay? Peace of mind is everything. Okay? Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Let me see here. Reincarnation process. Can you explain it from your knowledge and perspective? Well, it's simple. It's really simple. It's like, and most of us have already been slaves in school, so we already know this. Okay, how many of you have got kept back in class? They used the reincarnation system in school. Man, these people something else. They use the reincarnation system in school. So in school, when you don't get the proper information to pass certain tests, you fail and repeat the grade. Can you dig it? You understand? They use that process for school, family, and it's simple as that. Hopefully you got that, King Ali. It's simple as that. That's the same thing with here, okay? If you choose not to get knowledge of self, knowledge of the divine self, if you choose not to, then you will do this again. It will happen again. Okay, all right. I saw I saw I saw one of my last rip, on one of my last selves, and and again, like I said, based on the fact that that's that heart thing again, right? So I was able to see one of my last selves, and I was a little darker. Okay, I kind of had the same look in the face. I was smaller. Okay, I was a little bit darker, and I had on an unk. Okay, so at times I would talk a good game, but yet still I was still in the streets. I was still, fucking, trying to hit women, trying to do all this type of stuff. And again, family, like I said, that history that they told you about ain't what it is. All that shit is a lie. White folk ain't never ruled. There ain't never been no Julius Caesar. Ain't never been no Constantine. Ain't never been none of that. All of those movies, Troy, these movies, The Gladiator, with all these white folk, that never happened. None of it. Okay, all right. The Coliseum, that's black people shit. Okay, all right. I'm just saying, another conversation. It's another conversation. But but the self before this one, I saw that dude, man. I saw that dude. He didn't take it serious, although he had the unk. Okay, all right. He knew a little something, but he didn't take it serious. So there goes me. I'm here now, and now I'm taking it very serious because that's a wrap. I'm passing this grade. Ha! I'm passing this grade. Which world was your favorite? None, to be honest. I don't look at it from that perspective. Fam, I don't look at it from that perspective. You know, I look at it as a learning situation. You understand? I look at it, yeah, as a learning situation, as something to grow from. You know, and the more and more I grow, the more easier it becomes here in this so-called reality. Nigga about to be skipping in a minute around this bitch and jumping rope and playing Connect Four, kicking the nigga ass on Uno. Y'all don't want no smoke on no Uno because I cheat, nigga. I'm telling you, I'm cheating, nigga. Okay, I'm putting draw twos, draw fours, skips. I'm putting putting all that shit together. Nigga. Nigga, you owe me like 75 cards. Telling you, nigga, I'm cheating, nigga. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, this is why the system tries so hard to go at the Moors pursuing indigenous status. That's probably, I probably said something to get this particular answer. They want us to believe that that there's no better government than was provided already. Just to have a government at all. Okay, all right. Just a government at like there is no need for a government, period. Okay, because understand something. The more your heart opens up, okay, all right, you don't want to rule no one. Okay, all right. That's why I can't be a leader of nothing. Okay, I don't want to be a leader of anything because I may show up that first day and be like, all right, y'all, well, we gotta, let's do this, and this, and this. And we may have 3 more meetings that week. I'm not showing up because I don't care. Okay, all right. I gave you all of that shit Monday. Y'all do whatever it is y'all do after that. Okay. Look, the only people that want to be kings and people that want to be queens, that's ego. Only an ego desires rulership. Just letting you know. So if you desire to be king, you desire to be a ruler, then your heart is fucked up. I'm just saying. Just trying to give you something to think about, family. Just trying to give you something to think about. Okay, just trying to give you something to think about. All right, the darker shorter will. And from what I saw, from what I saw, that was some wild shit, man. I was gang banging. And then I kind of woke up a little bit and started wearing a proper, like I told you earlier in the vid, wearing a proper attire. I was looking the part so I can try to get me some of that spiritual coaching. You understand? Okay, all right, but I wasn't nothing, man. I was a piece of shit. Piece of shit. You know? So but Draco, hit me up when you check that out, family, and we can connect on that. Exactly where are we? Thus, timeline, this round, this shift. Go check out the information. I get into that. Go check it out, and then that'll answer your questions, or at least give you something to stand on, so you yourself, none of your business, you yourself can pursue other avenues or deeper avenues of information. Okay, all right, and you'll find that yourself. Okay, Chuck Diesel. That's what I was talking about, Will, when I say I hate people. It was crazy. What's going on, Chuck Diesel? Okay, so if white people was created by higher versions of ourselves on Earth, does that mean that they can't reach higher realms? Like I broke down in that video, man, the 4.5 hour joint. Okay, or was that video? I don't know. The last two. Okay. Again, there is no. Okay, so it's certain things you gotta move. You gotta get out of your language, man. Okay. All right. When I use the words like Earth, I always say the so-called Earth. The so-called this or the so-called that. Okay. All right. So we're trying to go deeper on this thing. All right. Whatever you were taught in school. Okay. You got to get rid of it, man. You got to get rid of it. On no ancient walls, nowhere you'll find Earth. When I was told that about, I don't know, 2019 or so, man, I'm sitting up here going back and forth with somebody on one of them apps, and I'm going back and forth with somebody, and they say, somebody tell me, they say, Will, there are no planets on no walls. I said, oh, that should crack me in the head. Okay, crack me in the head. I had grease, nigga. I probably had chicken juice running down my face, nigga. Nigga, I was like, what? I never thought about that. Okay, but when you think about it, there are no planets on no walls. Okay, you must understand. How do you keep people from looking inside? You make them look in the sky. So at some point, family, you got to start letting go of this planet stuff. Okay, and back in the day, I used to go into the whole science. Yeah, the planets are really the chakras, and I don't care about that shit no more. That means nothing to me. Okay, now if y'all want to do that, have at it in my brother Panic voice. Okay, but now I'm just done. I'm just done with it. Okay, all right, that planet stuff. Okay, it's a lot of them people that had to come back. Them tarot card readers, and a lot of them had to come back. Okay, all right, because they thought that was the knowledge. They thought that's what. No. Stop looking. Okay, and find a mirror. Find a mirror. Okay, now let me get back to the man question, to the family's question. Okay, so if white people was created by higher versions of ourselves, does that mean that they can't reach higher realms? Okay, understand, right? They were created outside of this. Okay, the so-called Earth, they wasn't created on Earth. Okay, white folk existed in higher places too. Okay, all right. They it was just a higher level though. Okay, all right. White folks existed there too. Okay, all right. But the thing is, when they were brought into this prison, they were told that y'all need to find some kind of way to rule this, and they were taught by the demiurge, the Yalla broth, basically us. I got into a lot of that. Go check out those last two videos. Those last two videos break all that down. Get into that. Okay. All right. Comprehension is everything, family. Okay. All right. Listen. Some of these questions I'm getting. Okay. And I think y'all watched. Maybe y'all did. I don't know. But y'all have to watch those last two videos and listen. Okay, understand something. Just like you learn your language, okay, spelling and stuff like that in class, and you were told to write one word 10 times on a piece of paper and stuff like that in class, that's the same thing you got to do with this information. In order for you to retain the information, you must listen to it more than once. You got to listen to it at least about 3 or 4 times before you actually hear it. Remember, I broke this down earlier in this particular live, family. Okay, all right. If your light is not big enough, you won't be able to hear. Okay. Even the stuff that I'm saying right now. All right. This may go over a lot of y'all head because your light is not ready to receive yet. Okay. All right. So when you watch this information, you must watch it over and over and over to hear it. Okay. This is why in school they tell you to study. Family, study, study, study. Why? Why do you have to study, family? Huh? Why do you have to study? So you can hear. And that's what it is, family. Study so you can hear. All right? Just trying to let you know. Because it'll help out. It'll help answer a lot of these questions. Put this charging on here. Yeah. So hopefully y'all get that, family. Okay, and listen, I'm not fussing, I'm not doing none of that. I'm just saying, okay, it helps. I used to listen to Bobby. Okay, I used to hop in my truck and I used to get on the road. I used to take loads from New Orleans when I was or Louisiana to California, and I would listen to Bobby, same videos over and over and over. Okay, until it's stuck. All right. So y'all can find some of these questions there already. All right. So let me see. Yeah, definitely, heavenly, definitely. Much love, Gaia. Much love, much love. Let me see. The entire banking system is going through a revolutionary um, through ways of the blockchain banking. Okay, 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 okay. All right, all right. Appreciate it, fam. I actually did this. I I got with my brother, and soon as he get back hooking stuff up, me and him, I did the design, and he collab with it with the font and stuff like that, and we went on ahead and put it together. You know, so but yeah. So whenever he get back going, I will inform y'all, and then we can go from there. Heavenly, I got you, baby, I got you. All right, we can go from there. We can go from there. All right, camera. Here we go. Yeah, we can go from there. Okay. Now they don't retain students. Kids don't care about us because they know they pass into the next grade. Mm, mm. How long ago was uh was the day? Let me see your past life you had. So you're asking when did that happen? Ali, is that what you're talking about? When it happened? Um, if you're talking about, um, or are you asking when did that life occur? Okay, if you're asking when did that life occur, it was on a separate timeline. It was on a separate timeline. It wasn't on this one. See, it's crazy how this thing line up, man. You got different timelines for different cells of you, and you also have different timelines for for your coming back stage. So I don't know, man. They might have hundreds of timelines out here, man. Thousands, maybe. You know, I don't know. I can only go as far as my light will take me. You know, okay. The more light um, show itself within myself, I'm able to see more. You know, one love. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me see. Ibrahim Torre. Okay, that's your boy. Is creating a unified energy for all melanated peeps around the world. Surely the system will change forever if the African. Hey, look. So I'm gonna say this about that. It matters, but it don't. It matters, but it don't. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, when you say melanated people, family, it's only it's only about every 100, so-called black people. It's only about six or seven who have higher levels of knowledge. Okay, all right. That other 90, 91, 92 people, they don't care nothing about Ibrahim Tory. They don't care nothing about that. Matter of fact, they think he's the enemy. Okay, so it's good, but also he ain't gonna save you, family. He ain't gonna save none of us. You can only save yourself. Okay, all right. They can probably change a couple things here or there, but as long as they got ignorance out here, as long as slavery walks amongst you, as long as slavery walks amongst you, okay, as long as slavery walks amongst you, that shit ain't gonna change nothing, family. Okay, this is slavery. This is slavery. As long as slavery is amongst you, family, it ain't gonna change much, bro. It may put a dent in something, but as long as slaves exist, bro, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know. Again, stop looking outside yourselves, family. That shit ain't gonna save you, man. Okay, all right. It's not gonna save you, bro. And y'all, some of y'all might don't understand it now. I get it. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But one day you will. One day you will get it. All right. One day you will get it. But just letting you know, nothing outside you is gonna make your life better. I'm telling you. All right. Just saying. All right. So let's keep kicking. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got here. You said I ain't trying to come back. could you go into the type of governance that was around during the time of Tartaria, where people didn't have to work for money and stuff like that? Okay, so now understand this, right? If Tartaria, which is not a real thing, but okay, that's just the name they use, right? Of course, it was more, right? Yeah, so we do know that, right? Um, think about this: if it was good, we wouldn't be here right now. So it fell for a reason. And understand something here, right? So this is what black people like to do, family. This is what black people like to do. They conquered us. They did this to us. No, ain't nobody did nothing to you, but you. The only thing you did only thing you did was conquer yourself. Okay, all right, all right. when things fall, it falls from within. It don't fall from outside. The Black Panthers. The Black Panthers fell from within. Okay, all right. If the Black Panther Party would have stood, okay, all right, arm in arm with each other, the goddamn CIA, FBI, they wouldn't have been able to infiltrate. But because everybody wasn't in tune with one another, okay, all right, and niggas being niggas, oh, you gonna give me some money? Oh, you gonna give me a new car? Oh, you gonna give me a new house? What you want me to do? I do this, I do that. I tell you where he live. I tell you what bed he sleep in. I'm talking about William. What is his name? William Thomas, I think his name was William something. The dude who told the FBI the house where what's my boy name, family? And when the cops came, shot him down, hit him like 20, 30 times. Somebody give me the name real fast. Somebody give me the name real fast, family. Somebody give me the name of the young brother. I'm seeing his face and everything. The young brother of the Black Panthers who started the Rainbow Coalition, who was getting it popping, and the cops came in and killed him. He was about not Huey P. Huey P. became a crackhead in the 80s and like the 90s and shit like that. So now Huey P. They didn't come in and kill him. He killed himself. Well, all of them killed themselves ultimately, but Huey really killed himself. He got on that crack, Yeah, he started tripping. Fred Hampton, thank you, Fred Hampton. So it was Fred Hampton's right hand man, okay, who was getting popped off by the FBI and all that shit, who got him killed. Okay, you understand? All right. So that's the thing with the quote unquote government, right? We can't look up to these places when people talk about Atlantis and all of this and all of that. If that shit was so awesome, as far as the tech goes, the technology and all of that. And again, there is no place called Atlantis. These are made up names, family. Okay, all right. Trust me, we don't have the frequency power to understand the names of these places. So there's no way you would know the names of these places. Okay, all right. You wouldn't know the name. Trust me. You wouldn't know the name. All right. Again, we are so low on a vibratory level. Okay, we have to be on a certain frequency to even speak a certain tongue about the names of these places, which they still exist. Okay, all right. But as these stories go, they fell. They fell because what happened within. Okay, all right. So it was poison. These places were poison. They were what's the word? Technologically sound. Okay, but they fell based on the rulers. Here we go. All right. If you go somewhere and there's a king, okay, and there's a superior and all of that, nah, man. No. We should move like one. Now if somebody designate you, this person, okay, yeah, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Hey, king, was you the king. Man, look, call me what you want. I don't know nothing about all that. Even and myself, even when I do lectures, out and about or whatever. Okay, when I'm doing a lecture, I don't even get on the stage. And if anybody saw me in person do a lecture, okay, I don't get on stage when I do a lecture. Okay, all right, I walk in the crowd because I don't want nobody looking up to me. Because I'm all that famous, all that old bullshit that these people got you believing. Okay, that fame is a good thing. No, man, it's not. It's an illusion, man. Okay, all right. So I walk amongst the people when I teach in person. Okay, don't look up to me, nigga. I ain't your savior. What's wrong with you? Okay, save yourself. Save yourself. That's it. Okay, save yourself. Yeah, Drake. That's pretty much it, man. Um, you know, yeah, yeah. Ain't nothing. None of that stuff is something to celebrate. Of course, the technology, yes, but ain't none of that stuff to celebrate, man. When you really sit back and look at it. You asked the question about white people's up in the comments on my last one. You did? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm behind, y'all. So I'm just trying to get to everybody question and stuff like that. So um let's see. Yeah, LaKenza Miles, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, he said this is brazy. It's brazy. On blood. He said on blood. You can't say crazy. Let me see. Read The Fix is in. I love watching sports on TV, but I know it's not real. The Fix is in by Dan Molden. The Fix is in by Dan Molden. Yeah, yeah. I think that's who wrote that. Dan Molden or Modell or something like that. The Fix is in. White boy who was on in the 80s, the coming out the 70s, man, the mafia was after him. So he had to become more public so they wouldn't kill him because he was exposing the NFL, uh baseball, basketball. He was exposing all that shit. He wrote in his damn book where so many of your superstar players are paid, to throw bad passes, to fumble a football, to allow the other team to do this and that. Oh yeah, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, I am familiar with the fixes in. Yeah. Because 15 years ago, something like that. 16 years ago. No, 15 years ago. New Orleans, Saints fan, and all of that shit. Right after the Saints won, about a year later, um, a brother was telling me, I'll make this quick. A brother was telling me, yeah, man, they gave y'all the Super Bowl. They gave y'all the Super Bowl. I'm like, man, they didn't give us nothing. We won it. We won it. Nah, man, they gave that to y'all. They gave that to y'all. I'm like, man, get out of here, man. You a hater, man. Man, I'm a Super Bowl champ. I'm cutting up. I'm repped out. I'm cutting up. That boy said, all right, bro. All right. A couple of days later, the nigga sent me a text of about maybe 7 or 8 games that was coming on that weekend, something like that, about 6, 7, something like that. And this nigga told me who was going to win, how many points they were going to win by, who was going to be the good player in that game, everything. I'm like, what? I said, man, there's some lies. But when that Sunday and that Monday, them games started playing, everything he sent was right. I said, how you got that? He said, don't worry about that. I paid $90 a minute to talk to certain people in Vegas. I said, put me on. And nigga said, nah, we never even had this conversation. I said, what? Ever since then, that been a wrap. Man, I was hurt because I believed in sports like I believed in Jesus. I believed in that shit. But nah, that nigga said if them people make a phone call and you the quarterback of that team, the people gonna call you, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And if you don't, yeah, yeah. Believe that. Believe that. So don't think you watching them games and the quarterback is messing up and the quarterback not doing this and he making he doing these type of things and all of that. Okay, keep playing. Keep playing. Yeah, it's an old book. Yeah. Armor, yeah. The fix is in. Yeah. I think that's old boy. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Oh, okay. The Fixes In is by Brian Tui, Tuoi, something like that. Okay, okay. So Dan Molden is the cat I'm talking about. He wrote a book too. Yeah, yeah. Dan. Let me see. Yeah, he wrote a book called Interference. Came out in '89. Uh, yeah, yeah. A book called Interference, where he breaking down the NFL and all the players and how they get paid to do certain things on the field. Craziness. Yeah, but yeah, that's Brandon Tui who wrote that book. Hmm. Let me see. Yeah, man, I wasn't ready for it, family. I was not. Wise Fox, what's up, family? What's going on? No, Loki, the series is on Disney. It's on Disney. It's on Disney. It's on Disney. Matthew Augustine, what's happening, family? What's good? It's still humanity. No matter how good we had it here, we still fell from grace. Yeah, 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 we fell, but you don't have to stay. You don't have to stay. We did fall, but you don't have to stay. That's the world's number one secret is that you don't have to be a part of this. You choose to be a part of this. You choose to be human and be a nigga and be a crazy ass woman and all this. We choose to do that. Let me see. Do we experience death? Um, or do our higher selves ultimately know when we finna transition, so we don't experience it? Um, well, from my understanding and from what I've seen and from my communication with so many people over the years who have transitioned, you don't feel anything. Matter of fact, you're not even there. Okay, so let me give you an example. So let's say you're about to have a horrific car accident where you're about to transition, right? Okay, and I'm speaking on especially my people who are actually on the knowledge. I'm not talking about zombies. Okay, so so let's say you are about to have a horrific accident where you're going to transition. Before the car even go into the flipping over or an accident about to happen or a few seconds before it even goes down, you gone. Okay, you ain't gonna have nothing to do with the accident. Okay, all right, you immediately you shooting out, going do whatever it is. Your light, depending on the size of your light. If your light look like this, okay, if your light look like that, then you're on your way back. Okay, all right. If your light look like that, then you're on your way back. If you think this is life, if you think and you believe wholeheartedly if this is life, okay, all right, then you on your way back. Okay, probably 99.9% of the people in this picture all will die and have to come back. Okay, both of these clowns gonna have to come back. This asshole gonna have to come back. Okay, probably about 98% of everybody in here gonna have to come back. Okay, all of them may gonna have to come back because they still got a shot because they're young. Okay, but you got to repeat the course. You got to repeat the course. Back to school you go. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. All right. I'm trying to talk to my brother, Caden Clark, who transitioned. He was slowly waking up before he transitioned. We was an Israelite. We was an Israelite. Um, but he started to realize that God don't exist, and the stories in the book. Okay, okay, okay. I don't want to come back. Well, I mean, it's on y'all, man. It's on y'all, man. There's too much information out here for you to come back. Like it's too much information. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's on y'all, family. It's on y'all. Don't look like we have no more questions. It's on y'all. 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 He actually showed up. He actually showed me your page, which is crazy. So he put, hey man. Actually, that's not crazy. That's happened before. Well, a few times actually. But one time in particular, a lady hit me up about 3 o'clock in the morning, blowing my damn phone up. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to sleep good. I'm in a good dream. Yeah, man, I got pancake juice running down my face. I'm I'm having a good dream. Look, I'm sleeping good. Phone kept ringing. Got him Facebook call. What the hell? We calling me on no Facebook, man. We got trip wrong with you. You know. So eventually she left a message. Just inboxed me a whole bunch of stuff, and I just rolled over and read it. And she said, "Will, I never heard of you before. Um, my baby daddy, he was killed 6 months ago, and he kept putting this image in my head, and it was your face. It was your face. It was your face. He kept putting this image in all my dreams for like the past. You said like it went on for about a month and a half, something like that. Every other night, it would be an image of me grew out her own dream, but it would be my face until she ran across on Facebook one day. She saw, and then she heard what I was talking about because she was starting her awakening process, and she told me that her baby dad, who was killed 6 months prior, told her to check me out. So that ain't nothing, like that happens, man. Think about it, man. To be honest with you, most of y'all, probably all of y'all woke up based on the fact that one of your family members transitioned, okay, and that's how you woke up. All right. Many women wake up through miscarriages, okay, baby dying young. Maybe your son died at 5 years old, 10 years old, stuff like that. Your son or daughter died young, and that's what woke you up because they went back inside you and shook you up. Okay, so again, the religion teach you that you lost somebody. No, you gained power. You got to flip how you think, family. You can't. Suffering, to suffer is to be in ignorance. You need to know that. To mourn someone is to be in ignorance. I know the world teach you, people have to mourn. That is ignorance. And that's what you want to do. Stay away from me. Because I don't mourn no one. Period. It is what it is. Okay. You have too much knowledge out here for you to even be in that realm. Okay, all right. All of these knowledge all over the place tell you to be happy for your people when they get out of here. They tell you to be ecstatic when your people get out of here. And you sitting up here, oh no, man, I can't believe it. I can't be fucking grandma was 110 years old. You sitting up here crying. Nigga, she was 110. Fuck wrong with you? You selfish son of a bitch. Come on, man. Come on. Religion, boy. Religion is a beast. You mourn nothing. So, I don't see no more questions. Much love, Wise Fives. Much love, family. Yeah, guys, what's up, girl? What's going on? All right, let me make sure I got everybody questions. I'm gonna pop off here, family. I'm gonna pop off here. Gemantra, I don't get into that. It's a lot of stuff that I don't get into. Because a lot of it, man, and I'm not just talking about gematria, but my question is this. I've seen a lot of people study gematria, and these same people, okay, they dumb as a box of rocks. Okay, all right. They have no knowledge of self. They okay, all right. I still see them arguing on these damn apps. Okay, they still making posts about this one. They worrying about if Diddy gonna be free or not. They do. So I don't get into. There's a lot of. I used to, man. Listen to me. I used to go hard with that stuff, man. But I realized it's nothing, man. It's not going to help me go nowhere. It's not. Okay. All right. So I understand a lot of things, especially when you first get into this thing. Everything is interesting, right? Everything is interesting. Oh man, I never knew that. Oh shit. 1111, man, that's crazy, man. I keep seeing 1111 all over the place. Oh man, what is this? Angel numbers? What is that? Oh man, I keep seeing 333, 222, 444. Oh my god. It's a lot of that stuff. And and I used to, man, but I've come to realize that I mean, it's cute. It's cute. But that light that I'm showing you, that light might budge. That light might budge a half of an inch or a fifth of an inch. Okay. But when you start looking into that mirror, okay, diving into that dream space, actually doing this shit for real, okay, that's when that light is going to start to emerge. Ain't no light emerging in no goddamn gematria. And a lot of times, what I saw niggas make up anything. I see one nigga out there, man, and I don't know the dude's name, okay, but he used gematria to say stuff like, and I'm kind of just making this up, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. Like he'll use gematria and he'll say stuff like, Whitney Houston is really what do you say? Whitney Houston is really Maya the singer. Or I think one thing he said, what's your girl, man? What's your girl? Lil Mama the rapper. I think he said gematria told him that Lil Mama is really Bow Wow or some is Lil Bow Wow. I'm like, bro, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. That shit, man. I'm like, bro, man, niggas say anything, man. Okay, like he'll put a face up there. You say, well, this person really is that person. Yeah, because gematria let you know what's going on. I'm like, man, I'll push you off a building, dumbass. man, niggas say anything, and y'all just loving it, man. Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on, because I remember somebody text me that bullshit. Somebody text me that bullshit one day. Hold on, I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you exactly. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me check. I'm gonna give you one. Let me give you one. Niggas say, niggas say Tupac. Niggas say Tupac is really killed the MC. Hold on. Other niggas say. Other niggas say. Man, that shit blows me away, man. The nigga say Smokey Robinson is really Bob Marley. Man, come on, bro. Man, come on, bro. Niggas say Omar Epps is really Mike Tomlin. And that's what the numbers say. Come on, bro. Oh, that's what a nigga said. Nigga said Lil Bow Wow is really, I'm looking at it now. Lil Bow Wow is really Glorilla. And Gematria did that. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all gotta stop, man. Yeah, y'all gotta stop, man. Okay? Y'all gotta stop, man. You know? Y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all gotta stop, bro. You know, like, come on, man. Cardi B is really Selena, the singer who died. You know, who died, years ago. Like, come on, man. Y'all got to cut this out, bro. Nigga just be saying shit, bro. Nigga just be saying shit, bro. It be mind blowing, man. It be mind blowing, man. It really do, man. Niggas say Martin Luther King is really Don King. Moment of silence. Moment of silence for this great divine stupidity. But if that's what they want to believe, okay, here go another one nigga said. Christina Milian is really Krishan Rock, the little chick. Man, bro. Man, bro. Man, bro. Oh my. But this is hey, King Ali, listen, fam. King Ali, listen. I'm not telling you not to do gematria or get into that. Check it out. It may be cool, right? All right. But understand it can't be manipulated, man. So that's not the journey. Okay. All right. This brother here, he might say, I'm really motherfucking Howard the Duck, nigga. Okay? Or some shit like that. All right? Nigga might say, Will, you know who you really is? Will, you really born to the dinosaur, nigga. Okay? I'm not ready for that. Okay? What Gematria says, Will Copprue really is John F. Kennedy. He was just light-skinned. Man, bro, I'm done, man. I'm done. Y'all have at it, man. I'm just a messenger, man. That's on y'all, man. But that's where these niggas at, bro. Okay? That's where these niggas at, bro. It is. I got a headache right now, bro. Just that quick, bro. You see what dumb shit do? That's what dumb shit do, bro. Dumb shit give you a headache when you don't. I don't deserve a headache right now looking at that shit. Okay? I don't deserve this. Oh Lord. It is. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Man. He got a whole bunch of others. So I ain't gonna put the name out there. I don't play like that. But Smokey Robinson is really Bob Marley, bro. But to each his own. If that's how he feel, man, then oh no, just it's rough, man. It's oh my God. Oh my God. Woo! Yeah, man. But that's gematria, man. That because he say he used gematria for that. Okay, all right. So like I say, man, family, a lot of this information can be so deceptive because of the fact that when you wake up, right? When you come to this awakening, you realize that everything is a lie, and you might run across something, and it may sound, because in the back of your head, you like, nah, man, that's real, man, that's real. That's some real ass stuff right there, man. And the whole time you thinking you done left the religion alone, you done left all this stuff alone, and you come into the quote unquote conscious community, and you got some brother telling you, come to our island with me, we're gonna be free. Come move over here with me, you're gonna be free. You got one brother telling the women, all y'all can be with me, and I can teach all y'all how to love each other, and we could all have sex together. Like, it'd be some wild shit going down in this shit, man, when the heart is in dysfunction. Okay, all right. You got people coming into this thing, man, has been molested, abused, beaten by their parents, all type of stuff, right? And these people are hurt internally and they don't know it, but they coming out telling you things, and because you're fresh, you fresh off the religion bus, right? You fresh off the religion bus, and you thinking that's what it is. It's not, man. It's not. It's not, man. It's not, man. But I understand, because I was one of them too, thinking that all that stuff is right. All that stuff is right and exact. And it got me too, man. It got me too. But I had to learn and grow, man. I had to learn and grow. Damn, this shit been 3 hours. God damn, I ain't planning going through 3 hours. God damn, messing around with y'all. you know, but it's crazy, man. It is crazy. Discernment is so important. God damn, discernment is so important. Oh my God, it is so important, man. It's crazy. What do you think about that polygamy shit? Is some religious shit? Sure it is. It is, but it's like somewhat a step out of religion. Not even a whole step, like a pinky toe or a big toe out of it. Because, and a lot of times, a lot of these people make excuses to with their God to have multiple women. So it's still, under the umbrella of religion. Okay. So it's still under the umbrella of religion. So yeah, man, don't be fooled, man. Y'all, some y'all, we could be fooled real easy, man. But much love, cosmic love. What's going on? So, but yeah, man, polygamy. Listen, family. I used to listen. Okay, I used to get into all of that, man. I used to not having sex with just a whole harem of women. No, I'm talking about the thoughts of believing that we supposed to have multiple women and women supposed to have multiple men. Like, when you start getting to a certain place, man, you don't want to even have sex. Sex not even a thing no more. Why? Because it's still human intentions. Okay, all right. Like a lot of times you start to lose the feel to have sex. Okay, all right, because you start to become one with self again. I don't know. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Real quick. Hold on, family. Give me a sec. Give me a sec, family. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Let me see here. Let me see if it's this. Let me see if it's this. No, it's not. I feel that way now about sex and food. I mean, it's just going to happen, family. Like you're going to separate yourself from things. It's just going to slowly but surely become something different. You know, because you're light. Okay, lights don't want interaction with humans. You know, think about this. How many kids you know love to have sex? They don't even know nothing about it. They're still light. Parts of them are still light, so they don't even want the interaction. Okay, they don't even want the interaction, family. Hold on, let me see here. Okay. Okay. So this is coming from. I think this is coming from. Let me see. The fall of Adam and Eve. This is coming from the fall of Adam and Eve in the apocalypse of Adam in the Gnostic text. Okay. So I'm making a point to what we're talking about here about this polygamy and the whole sex thing. Okay. Let me see. Let me look for this one point right here. Let me look for this one point real quick. Okay. Okay, now here we go. The top line. God, the ruler of the realms and the powers, divided us in wrath, and then we became two beings. You caught that? You caught that, family? This coming out the Gnostic text. So at one time, what it's saying is, at one time we were only one being, male, female, one entity. Okay, one light source. So there was no sex. Sex is a human thing. Okay, that is a human thing, family. Okay, all right, understand what it's saying. All right, God, the ruler of the realms and powers, divided us in wrath, and then we became two beings. And then it say, and the glory in our hearts left us, me and your mother Eve, along with the first knowledge that breathed in us, and the glory fled from us and entered another great realm. Okay, all right. Your mother Eve and I didn't come from this realm, but knowledge entered into the seed of great eternal beings. This from another lecture that I did, family. This is the 4 hour joint that y'all can go check out. But and it's coming out the Gnostic text, so it's telling you at one time. Again, I'm just a messenger, family. That's what I keep telling y'all. This is not Will Copprue. Okay, I'm just somebody who in my heart of hearts feel like there is right and wrong knowledge, and only right knowledge can bring you to a higher level. If you're still mad at the world, pissed off at the world, these things, okay, you are not going nowhere. You are reading incorrect information. Okay, all right. So now, like I said, this sex family, it was non-existent at one time. It was non-existent. We were only lights. Okay, all right. I said male and female, and ultimately that didn't even exist. We were just water. I'll use that. Water is no male or female. It just is. Okay, just light, just energy, if you want to use that. You understand? Okay, and then we are separated. All right. Okay, just to give y'all that. All right, so you don't think I'm just coming up with something. Okay, you understand? All right. Oh my God, Jessica, woo! You is powerful, girl. Oh, powerful. Salute to you. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. But for you to even do that, I'm letting you know how that could even be. Okay, because we haven't always been dick and pussy. We haven't always been that way. Okay, all right. Is at one time we were Barbie dolls. Okay, you know how the Ken and Barbie don't have nothing but just is nothing. Okay, we were just entities. That's it. All right, private area, none of that. None of that was a thing. It wasn't a thing. Okay, all right. So, with that being said, family, I'm a I'm gonna get on down. I'm gonna get on down. Unless somebody else got a question, and then I'm out. Let me see so I ain't pass up nothing, and I'm gonna pop on out this thing. All right. That trainee procedure shit still don't sit right with me though. That trainee, man, listen. If that's what you want to focus on, okay, then so be it. But that don't come across my mind. I don't need it to, man. Now of course that whole thought process of men trying to become women, women trying to become men, and all of that, that whole thought process to a certain degree has a background. Okay, all right. It actually has, something that thought even comes from. Okay, all right. So yeah, on the surface, it sounds crazy as hell and all of that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. But it got, a little something, but I ain't about to get into that. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. I ain't about to get into that. Sometimes I get the feeling that I'm in a dream realm while I'm here. Well, that's what it is. Because that's what this is. Okay, all right, all right. We actually, a higher version of us exists outside of this place. Okay, all right. And to a certain degree, we are being uh what's the word? Projected in here. Okay, we are nothing but projected light, is what we are. This is not real. This goes into the ground. Okay, and we move on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We are definitely sir impeccable. We definitely animalistic. Oh, definitely. It's crazy. Although we like to look, although we like to act like we are more than animals, but next thing you know, but they got heads of animals all on the walls, deer heads on the walls, lion heads on the walls, and all of this. But we're not animals. A nigga can walk up to another nigga and shoot him in the head with no problem. But we're not animals. You sure? We're very animalistic. Very, 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 very. It's craziness, man. It's craziness how we function, man. But that's what it is, man. You know, that is what it is. So, with that being said, family, y'all know what it is, man. I'm out, man. Love y'all, man, but I love me more. Same thing you should do for yourself. Love you more than anything. Peace.